Pope Leo XIV at the Angelus on the Solemnity of Saints Peter and Paul, Sunday, June 29, 2025, in the Vatican's St. Peter's Square. Full text Angelus of the Pope. Dear brothers and sisters, happy Sunday. Today is the great feast of the Church of Rome, which was born of the witness of the apostles Peter and Paul and made fruitful by the outpouring of their blood and that of many martyrs. Even today, throughout the world, there continue to be Christians whom the gospel inspires to be generous and courageous even to the sacrifice of their lives. We can speak of an ecumenism of blood, an unseen, yet profound unity among Christian churches that are not yet in full and visible communion. I would like to confirm on this solemn feast that my episcopal ministry is at the service of unity and that the Church of Rome is committed by the blood shed by Saints Peter and Paul to serving, in love, the communion of all churches. The rock from which Peter received his name is Jesus Christ. He is the rock rejected by the builders, whom God made the cornerstone. This very square and the papal basilicas of St. Peter and St. Paul are a sign of how that reversal continues in our own day. They are located on the outskirts of the city, outside the walls, as we say even today. What appears great and glorious to us today was originally rejected and excluded because it ran counter to the thinking of this world. Those who follow Jesus must tread the path of the Beatitudes, where poverty of spirit, meekness, mercy, hunger, and thirst for justice and peacemaking are often met with opposition and even persecution. Yet God's glory shines forth in His friends and continues to shape them along the way, passing from conversion to conversion. Dear brothers and sisters, at the tombs of the apostles, which have been the object of pilgrimage for almost 2,000 years, we come to realize that we too can pass from conversion to conversion. The New Testament does not conceal the errors, conflicts, and sins of those whom we venerate as the greatest apostles. Their greatness was shaped by forgiveness. The risen Lord reached out to them more than once to put them back on the right path. Jesus never calls just one time. That is why we can always hope. The Jubilee is itself a reminder of this. Unity in the Church and among the churches, dear sisters and brothers, is fostered by forgiveness and mutual trust, beginning with our families and communities. If Jesus can trust us, we can certainly trust one another in His name. May the apostles Peter and Paul, together with the Virgin Mary, intercede for us, so that in this, our wounded world, the Church may always be a home and school of communion. After the Angelus, dear brothers and sisters, I offer the assurance of my prayers for the Barthélemy Baganda High School community in Bangui, Central African Republic, which is in mourning following the tragic accident that caused numerous deaths and injuries among the students. May the Lord comfort the families and the entire community. I extend my greetings to all of you, especially the faithful of Rome, on the feast of your patron saints. My thoughts affectionately turn to the parish priests and all the priests who work in the parishes of Rome. I offer my gratitude and encouragement for their service. This feast also marks the annual Peter's Pence collection, which is a sign of communion with the Pope and participation in his apostolic ministry. I heartily thank all those who, with their gifts, support my first steps as the successor of Peter. I bless all those taking part in the Quo Vadis event occurring in the Roman places connected to Saints Peter and Paul. I would like to thank those who have worked hard to organize this initiative, as it helps to promote and honor the patron saints of Rome. I greet the faithful from various countries who have accompanied their metropolitan archbishops who received the pallium today. I greet the pilgrims from Ukraine. I always pray for the Ukrainian people from Mexico, Croatia, Poland, the United States of America, Venezuela, Brazil, the Saints Peter and Paul Choir from Indonesia, as well as numerous Eritrean faithful living in Europe, the groups from Martina Franca, Pontevedra, San Vendimiano, and Corbetta, the altar servers from Santa Justina in Call, and the young people from Samariva del Bosco. I thank the Pro Loco of Rome and the artists who created the flower display in the Via della Conciliation and Piazza Pio XII. Thank you. I greet the Guanellian collaborators of Central and Southern Italy, the Chiari Volunteer Association, the cyclists from Fermo and Varese, the Agnin 80 Sports Group, and the pilgrims from Connexion Spirituale. Sisters and brothers, let us continue to pray that weapons may be silenced everywhere and that peace may be achieved through dialogue. Happy Sunday to all.
Adiutorium nostrum in nomine Domini,
qui fecit caelum et terram.
Benedicat vos omnipotens Deus, Pater et Filius et Spiritus Sanctus.
Amen.
Please subscribe to Catholic News World's YouTube channel. Thanks and God bless.